first ever Plus podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tamora.
And I'm one of your hosts, Geneve.
And today we are going to be going over wellness and how to be for yourself, to be for you, all about you.
Yes, and so with our time, we're just going to cover what wellness is, like Tamara said, and honestly, just try to focus on mindfulness and on yourself, self care really, because self composure and mindfulness really matters, especially in quarantine times. So let's get started.
The first segment, we are going to be introducing Drake and Gabby for mindfulness. Please listen to these beautiful people.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Gabby. Thank you, and I'm gonna introduce you guys and give you guys some insight about mindfulness. So, mindfulness is basically the ability to know what's happening in your head at any given moment without getting carried away by it. For instance, I used to play water polo, so whenever I would be in the water swimming, I would just feel so focused just on swimming, like everything, like all my thoughts would just go away, and like my mind would just focus on what I was doing right there. So I was like in at peace with myself in that moment. And it was like I really enjoyed that part of my day because during school I would be like stressed and I'd be worried about everything, but then when water polo came around and I would get to swim, it was just like the best thing ever because it was just like freeing for me. And that's like one example that you guys can use for what mindfulness could be. So now I'm gonna pass it on to Drake. So he's gonna talk to you guys about more about the.
Yeah, for sure. I'm Drake, as Gabby had mentioned. And so mindfulness. Gabby kind of said it a good word, focusing and being able to focus. A lot of people think that mindfulness is something different, and it's always kind of correlates to meditation and stuff like that. So I watched this video, and this guy has some amazing words to say about mindfulness, and that a lot of people think that you have to clear your mind and do the breathing techniques and you think about nothing, but that's not easy to do. Our brains are machines that are just constantly firing off, and it's hard to not think about anything, or else you would be dead. I mean, you have to be thinking about something, right? And so this video that we watched, is this guy explains that when you're trying to relax your thoughts and you're trying to just focus on breathing, it's like kind of like curls, like bicep curls that you would do for working out. You're constructing your brain to kind of get into that mentality of mindfulness, that when you're starting to try and just focus on nothing, that seems to when your mind is focusing about almost everything that's not nothing, you know what I mean? So I think I think that with the overall of being mindfulness, we have to kind of think about what it's like to just focus on just letting our minds be okay with thinking about something. Does that make sense? That we have to kind of be continuously going. So when we do hit our curl, I guess, yeah, that's kind of what mindfulness is. Thank you.
Okay, guys, that was really good. Drake and Gabby had really good, things. They really said a lot of things that are true. Gabby gave a great, you know, example on mindfulness and what she did, and Drake gave a lot of insight. And next up is a little bit about mindfulness, and they're gonna take us through an activity and things like that. So I'm gonna pass it on to them.
Hi guys, I'm Sophia. So one of my favorite things to practice mindfulness is by going on walks. And by going on walks, it just allows me to calm down, especially from the day, sitting in front of the computer all day for like 6 hours straight. It's so much. It's like hard to get out and see the real world. So the Mayo Clinic actually found that just going on a 30-minute walk releases endorphins that actually brings down your stress levels and your anxiety levels, which I think is so important, especially in days like these where there's so much going on in the world. It kind of just allows you to collect yourself and think through the day. And yeah, it's really good. It's healthy. And now I'm going to pass it on to Crystal.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Crystal. So just adding to Sophia's ideas of ways to help with mindfulness, another simple strategy you can utilize to relieve stress is actually listening to music. So personally for me, I listen to music that has like more of a calm vibe to it and is like just more relaxed type of songs when I need to calm down. But if rock music or like other genres of music are your thing, then that's great too. So there have actually been several studies done on how music can alleviate worries, and the American Psychological Association reports that listening to music has been correlated with reducing your heart rate, it can lower your blood pressure, and even has the ability to just calm down individuals who are going through stress-inducing situations. So in one specific study that I looked at, the researchers even discovered that music can help those who were like about to head into surgery, and then the patients who listened to music experienced a less stress-induced state. So yeah, these are just some of the many examples of how music can aid mindfulness and help individuals who just need to relax and like chill out for a second. So originally, Genevieve was going to explain to us how to do a mindfulness exercise. And for that exercise, we are each going to take a couple seconds to just breathe and kind of like relax ourselves down. So the exercise that Genevieve was going to explain was like we each take a couple of seconds to just like close our eyes and then relax, just get into that Zen zone. And then if you're younger, like a teen, like you would count down to like your age. So you would breathe in and then out. You breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And then you would do that a couple times just to calm yourself down a bit. So right now we're just gonna go through that step. So everyone close your eyes and breathe through your nose and then out through your mouth. And then just keep doing that for a couple of more times. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. That was relaxing. So yeah, that was one of the techniques that you can use to calm down a bit. So I'm not sure who the next people that are going are, but you can take it away now.
Okay, so that was a pretty good segment. I feel very relaxed. Breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, keeping the cycle going, keeping the movement, keeping the routine, feeling well about myself, being mindful of what's going on. So now we're going to go on to our next segment, which is self-compassion with Madison.
Hi everyone, I'm Madison. Unfortunately, Yesenia could not be here, but I will be leading you guys through what we call self-compassion. And first we're going to start off with a little video kind of giving the definition of what self-compassion is. cute little video, huh? But in case you guys are still a little confused on what self-compassion is, the definition of self-compassion entails being warm and understanding towards ourselves when we suffer, fail, or feel inadequate, rather than ignoring our pain or, beating yourself down with self-criticism. Now, to give a personal example to help you better understand, I am an AP student and I have at least 4 AP classes right now. And I've always held myself to very high standards. So if I got a B or I didn't get 100% or I felt like I wasn't doing the best that I could, I had a voice in my head that's saying, come on, you can do better. What's wrong with you? Why can't you do this? What's holding you back? And that, of course, was me criticizing myself and not giving myself the credit that I deserve. So eventually I had to train my mind, like Drake was saying, doing some curls with your brain. I had to train my mind to say, no, you are doing great. You're doing the best that you can right now in this moment. And that's having self-compassion for yourself. And now we're going to do a group activity so that you guys can really experience this and feel this. The instructions will pop up on this. There we go. Okay, so first I want you guys to take about 25 seconds to think of something difficult you're going through or something that you're feeling. Okay, now take that thought that you've come up with and imagine that someone you love or deeply care about was feeling the way that you are right now. What would you say to comfort them? What would you say to this person, loved one, so a friend, family? What would you say to them to bring them comfort and let them know that they're doing the best that they can? Now, what you want to do to have self-compassion is take what you imagined, take those words, and apply them to yourself. This is how you're feeling. This is what you're going through. If you would tell someone else, hey, you are doing great. You are doing the best that you can. You are going through life and you are rocking it. We need to have that mentality to be able to tell ourselves that. Positive talk is what self-compassion is all about. We can do it so easily for other people, but it is so hard to do it for ourselves. And that's really the whole point of self-compassion, taking those positive words and being able to apply it to yourself and give yourself the love that you deserve. And that's the end of this self-compassion segment.
I know personally that if I were to ever tell somebody that they're doing great or they're doing good, that I would want them to feel that same way and feel it back and turn that into something positive. But when I'm doing something, I feel like I'm always doing the worst. And I know I need to take that into consideration next time. Thank you for that segment and opening up my mind to this new experience. But sadly, we're going to wrap up the podcast. But we have one more segment with Carla and Louise, who is going to be talking about joy and opening up to yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Carla. I'm going to be leading this last activity. And for this activity, I'm going to need the participation of everyone, and I need everyone to just kind of help me out a little bit. To start off, I want to ask Crystal, what brings you joy?
Some things that bring me joy are like my friends, just being able to talk to them whenever I need to. They always like bring up my mood, as well as like hobbies, like they keep me occupied during these stressful times.
Perfect. Drake, what brings you joy?
Woo! A lot of things bring me joy, but I think the main thing that gives me joy are my friends as well. I they always know what to say and give me help with that if I need anything, and They're always there to hang out, and they're always there for me. So my friends, 100%.
Gabby, what brings you joy?
Also, my friends bring me joy. They cheer me up all the time. They always know what to say, how to make me laugh. But also, painting and drawing, just like expressing myself, brings me a lot of joy too.
Okay. Ms. Ramsey, what brings you joy?
I really love really loud live music. That always makes me feel joy, just hearing all the feeling, like so loud you can feel it. That kind of music brings me joy. Also, sometimes when I can't listen to the super loud music, and I really love gardening. That's most recently been bringing me joy.
Miss Killebrew, what brings you joy?
For me, being in the Word and my relationship with God, and then my family, my kids, and my husband. That brings me joy.
Janelli, what brings you joy?
What really brings me joy is just being able to converse with my students and teach, and just being able to bring them happiness and seeing their joy brings me joy too. And I'm an art teacher, so I also get a lot of joy of being able to create work and being inspired.
Louise, what brings you joy?
What brings me joy is having a closer relationship to my family during these times, and to have broadened my aspects of like the kind of music I listen to, because I think it's really been helping me focus and get throughout my days.
Madison, what brings you joy?
All right, I would have to agree that my friends definitely bring me so much joy. But when I don't have the opportunity to see my friends, I love to cook and bake things at home, and doing that for other people gives me a lot of joy.
Sophia, what brings you joy?
I gotta go with what everyone else is saying. It's my friends, just because we all have the same sense of humor. We can always have like a good time, and my parents will like hear me laughing from my room, and they'll be like, "What are you laughing about?" And I'll be like, "It's so stupid, you wouldn't understand." But just like, it's just what we do. We always have a great time.
Okay, Tamora, what brings you joy?
Same as everybody, friends. But I think when I'm by myself, for sure, watching like YouTube or my favorite YouTubers, I think that's one of the things that always brings me joy.
Okay, Miss Avila, what brings you joy?
My family definitely brings me joy hearing their laughter, but also my students. I love when I hear their laughter. I love to see, even if I get little glimpses these days, their smile. That's what warms my heart.
Okay, and finally, Ms. Velez, what brings you joy?
Well, what's bringing me joy right now is listening to all of you and your enthusiasm and taking all these ideas and making them your own. That's making me super happy right now. And I have 2 adult children, and the way that how loving they are towards me makes me feel like I was a good mom. And that brings me a lot of joy.
Okay, well, thank you so much to everyone who participated. I do want to pass this on to my partner, Louise, to finish off the activity. So, Louise, you can take it away.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Carla. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Luis Monroy. To carry on to the activity we just did, I asked that you guys join me into holding your hand over your heart. And we're going to reflect on that piece of joy that we just focused on for a good 30 seconds in silence. And I just ask that you guys really focus on that within these 30 seconds. All right, awesome. I know that was a short time, but something that does not go unnoticed is that during that time of reflection, not one person was not smiling. So with that said, it was important to focus on a lot of things, the small things that bring you joy in life, because the smallest thing can take you away from focusing on a negative mindset. If you ever have like a negative mindset, a negative thought, just focusing on those small, joyful things could really help you shift your whole mindset and how you feel throughout the whole day. With that said, that pretty much wraps up mine and Carla's activity, and we're finally here to wrap it up.
I know for sure when I was feeling my heart, I was thinking of all my favorite YouTubers, and I swear I was being a little bit faster. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be the one to admit it. But sadly, it is going to be the end of the podcast. Thank you for joining the first ever District Plus podcast. We are your fellow students, the Plus team, and our amazing teachers are also here with us today. Thank you so much for joining, and we hope that you would come by next time we start another podcast. Thank you so much, and we hope we'll see you guys again soon.